by company policy. I'm like, that's kind of strange. So anyway, I'm gonna show you guys where we are. We're under the car now. I have to get the oil plug loosened up. So let me turn this here real quick so you guys can see where I'm at. Okay. So the oil plug is a 15 millimeter. So we need a 15 millimeter in order to do this. And you'll probably have the nice option that, like I had other people before me worked on this car and they put it on way too tight. Can you see my hand? Right here. This is the bolt that we gotta loosen up. So we're gonna loosen this guy. Now I already kind of pre-loosened him. Put your bucket underneath there, and then we're going to take this out. So you untwist this. Try to keep your hands out of the way because it's gonna be hot. Come on. Almost. And then what I do is I let the bolt fall because I can get it out with a magnet. So now what we gotta do, you guys can see me here. So we're gonna let this drain. I'm gonna switch the camera. So you should see oil coming out of there. And this is underneath the car, going into the bucket. Oil looks pretty dirty. So now the next thing I gotta do is we gotta take that oil plug and capture it because we gotta get a magnet in there and pull that out. So let me do that really quick. So let me get my magnet stick. So all right, good. You see the bucket? Not really. So this is under the car, guys. This is working on the car. If you're like, I don't know how to do my oil, it's really not that hard. It's literally one bolt. So we're draining that all right now. And there was actually, I expected more oil to be in there. Let me get a magnet and let's see if we can get that guy out of there. All right, magnet. There we go. All right. So when I was a kid, my dad had one of these claw thingies. I always thought they were so cool. So squeeze the end and this claw opens up like this. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab onto a magnet like so. And then I'm gonna go inside this, grab my bolt. Oh, but I think I got a live one. There it is. I got the bolt. That's a big bolt. There's the bolt. So now I gotta clean it off because it's covered in oil. So let me go get a paper towel. They're almost done. Just gotta put oil back in now. You know, it's funny. I woke up this morning and I was wondering what I was gonna do today. Yeah, that's okay. Someone asked for help for their car. We just did. If you're tuning in now, we have already done the piece. No, I'm sorry. We did a mass airflow sensor. So the mass airflow sensor on this car is clean now. Now we're not sure if that was the problem, but we figured we'd clean it off anyway. So here's the bolt, paper towel. Just clean this off. If you're just joining us, we're just doing an oil change right now. Man, that bolt is hot. So we're gonna let this trickle out for a few more minutes, and then we put this bolt back in that hole. So let's see, how close are we? Well, let's do a quick test while you guys are here. We had this magnet on here, so let's look at our oil. I don't know this car. We're gonna get some oil on here and kind of get a little bit of a feel for it. So this oil looks actually fairly clean. I mean, I've seen much worse. This is not black. This is like a brownish color that doesn't have a bunch of dirt in it. So the engine itself seems like it's actually in decent shape. So change your oil, folks. Your engines will last forever if you do that. Even on a crazy Chevy. But all right, so we're gonna put this plug back in. So I'm gonna line this up so you can see where we're at. And then I'm gonna reach in here and try to not burn myself. So take this back here, find the hole, and then we're gonna go clockwise into the hole. Now please guys, do yourselves a favor and don't over tighten this. I don't know why people think this is like holding their family's, tree together or something. It's just ridiculous. You just need to do, I think, like 15 pounds of pressure. So all you gotta do is take your ratchet and your socket, flip it to like that. Now we're ready to, hold on. There we go. Now we're untightening, so move this out of the way so we don't dip this with oil too. Now I jacked up the car just a little bit, we're talking a tiny bit. So this thing's go this way. So just I can get my shoulder underneath here. So I'm gonna get this on. Here we go. Okay, watch, ready? That's it. That's all, that's all you need. That will not come out, I promise you. I've done this for over 20 years. And that's just crazy when people cinch them down. I have to replace the oil pan on the other car because some idiot did that. So that's just not necessary. Alright, so now let's get a little bit of oil in this guy and figure out what the capacity is. Can you do me a favor? Can you look up the oil capacity on this car? This is the 2.4 liter engine, I think. So I'm gonna get you guys back in my stand real quick. So hold on. Okay. Now we're back to seeing the rest of the engine. So this is where oil is gonna go in. So if you don't know that, then this is where it goes. It has a picture of an old, it's an oil can, but nobody has oil cans. It looks, it looks more like an Aladdin lamp. So
5 quarts.
5 quarts. And there we go. Take that lid off. 5 quarts exactly, and that's on the 2.4 liter. On the 4-cylinder. The Zumos definitely don't have 5 quarts in there right now. So this goes in here like this. Now this is from Costco. I'm not a Costco salesman, but I love Costco oil because this is their fully synthetic, high mileage stuff, and it works so good. I use this in every car. Because every one of my cars uses the fully synthetic stuff, and also their oil. So you just take this to the side, and then you start to pour it in. So make sure before you do this, you have the oil plug in first, because a lot of times people don't do that. And then it all pours on the ground. It's a very novice move. But, so let's see how many. Oh, we got a lot of people watching. This is awesome. Well, guys, thanks for joining. We're just doing an oil change, but this is a 2012 Chevy Malibu. Easy day. This is the second time I've touched this car. The first time was replacing a headlight. And these guys are notorious for things like headlights. So we're making sure this is supposed to take 5 quarts capacity. If there's anything that marks that, that'd be nice if it said somewhere under here. It tells you that it's 530 oil, so that's good. But we definitely don't want to overfill it. But you said it's 100%, it's 5 quarts?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go all 5 quarts. We're going to trust the internet.
I believe that's what it says on Google.
Okay. Well, worst case, we can always drain some out. But I'd like to, that would be a first for me. I've never actually had to do that. But it's kind of nice. All my other cars, you can't use all 5 quarts. It's 5.5 or 4.5. So this works out perfectly. So you use the entire container. Put your lid back on. Now what I do is I reuse these containers to put the old crappy oil in. So let's go ahead and put that in so we can make a mess. But I do have a bucket that I've been keeping the oil in because I do this fairly regularly. So take this. Here we go. Okay, oil has changed. So now you guys have seen the process of doing an oil change. This took us what? Let me see how long we live. So we've been live for 9 minutes. The other video was 7. So 15-minute oil change in the garage with just a few tools. Guys, this is so easy. Anybody can do this. You just gotta want to, and I'm a cheapskate, so I'm gonna do this. So we're gonna close the hood, and then I think we're just gonna call it a day. So if you guys need anything else, please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the channel later, and I'll talk to you next time. That was fun.